Hello students, this is your English lesson. Students, today we will read unit number 12, Mr. Sharpe's Fish from Oxford Reading Circle 3. So, we start our lesson. Mr. Sharpe loved fish. He did not keep them as pets. He liked eating them. Mr. Sharpe worked hard. When he had some money, he always went to the market. He bought fish for his dinner. Sheena, Sheena, he shouted when he got home one day. Look at this fine fish I have bought from the market. What a beauty! He held the fish up so his wife could see. Please cook it, and we shall eat it for dinner tomorrow, said Mr. Sharpe, smiling. Early the next day, Mr. Sharpe went to work as usual. As usual, normally. Sheena, his wife, finished the homework and then cooked the fish. Soon the smell of fried fish filled the house. The smell crept out into the garden, gently drifted down the road, and entered the houses of Sheena's friends. Two of them came to see her, not because of the smell, but because they wanted to find out if she was well and happy. Oh, how nice of you to call! Exclaimed Sheena when she saw her friends. Do stay and have some lunch. How kind, said the first friend. Are you sure? And what have you cooked today? Asked the other. Not fish, by any chance. Yes, it is fish, but that is for my horse, said Sheena. Then, after a moment, she added, How did you guess I had fried some fish for lunch? Doesn't it smell wonderful? Wonderful, inspiring delight. Sheena and her friends sat down to eat. Half an hour later, there were 3 empty plates on the table. There was also an empty dish and plenty of bones. Plenty, a lot of. All the fish was gone. That evening, Mr. Sharpe hurried home. Hurried? Done in hurry. Rushed. I am ready for dinner, dear wife, he said, rubbing his hands, rubbing, action of rub, rubbing his hands together and sitting at the table. What a lovely smell! I am starving. Starving? Dying from hunger. Sheena served her husband some noodles and boiled vegetables. Mr. Sharpe looked most surprised. What is this? He said, picking up a noodle with his fork. And what are these? He stopped the boiled vegetables with his knife and looked at his wife. Stopped, thrust a knife as to kill. Noodles and vegetables, mumbled Sheena. Mumbled, say something quietly. Suddenly finding something interesting to look at on the floor. This is what we are having for dinner tonight. But where is the fish I brought yesterday? Asked Mr. Sharpe angrily. Oh, the fish? That naughty cat ate it, replied Sheena, bending her head over her plate. Mr. Sharpe turned red. He gripped his knife, gripped hold, and fork so tightly that his knuckles turned white. Knuckles, a part of a finger at a joint. But he said nothing. The following week, Mr. Sharpe came home with another large fish. A fish for my dinner tomorrow, he said to his wife, and keep the cat out of the kitchen. But when Mr. Sharpe got home the following day, his wife once again had no fish to give him for dinner. Mr. Sharpe turned purple, and just as he was going to explode, Sheena cried, What can I do? That naughty cat ate the fish. Mr. Sharpe was very, very angry indeed. Indeed, in fact, the cat ate it, he whispered. Are you sure? Yes, replied Sheena hurriedly. Hurriedly, in a quick manner. The cat took it. Mr. Sharpe jumped up from the table. I shall deal with that cat right now, he said, and he rushed out of the dining room. He looked all over the house and in the garden. He looked down the road, but the cat was nowhere to be found. Mr. Sharpe returned to the dining table and sadly ate his dinner in silence. That night Mr. Sharpe had a nightmare. He dreamt that he was a very large fish. The next week, Mr. Sharpe brought home a huge fish. Look at this beauty, he said, placing it carefully on the kitchen table. It weighs exactly 2 kilos. Now, don't let the cat get it. I shall have it for my dinner tomorrow. Sheena cooked the fish, but again her friends came. They ate up all the fish. The next day there was no tasty fried fish for Mr. Sharpe. Where is the fish? He asked angrily. That naughty cat ate it, he replied Sheena. This time Mr. Sharpe found the cat. He picked it up gently and took it to his wife. Come with me, please, he said to his wife. Mr. Sharpe marched out of the house carrying the cat. His wife followed closely behind. Mr. Sharpe entered the shop next door. He went straight to the vegetable section and found a weighing machine. He put the cat on the weighing machine and bent over to peer at the dial. Peer looked with difficulty. The cat sat on the weighing machine. It was wondering what was going on. The shopkeeper came to see what was going on. He stood there with a puzzled look on his face. Mr. Sharpe pointed to the dial on the weighing machine. He turned to his wife and said, Look, what does that tell you? What do you mean, dear? Asked his puzzled wife. What is the weight? Asked Mr. Sharpe. Sheena studied the dial. It says 2 kilos, she said. Yes, it does, said Mr. Sharpe. My fish weighed exactly 2 kilos. This cat weighs 2 kilos. 2. You see that my fish is here. Then where is my cat? Sheena had no answer. Now come to the exercises. A. Questions. 1. What did Mr. Sharpe like most of all? Answer. Mr. Sharpe liked to eat fish. 2. What did Sheena tell Mr. Sharpe when he came home? Answer. Sheena told her husband that the naughty cat had eaten the fish. 3. When did Mr. Sharpe have a nightmare and why? Answer. The second time he was expecting to have fish for dinner, only to be told by his wife that the cat had eaten it, probably because he was eager to have fish and because he was puzzled how the cat kept eating up the fish that he bought for himself. 4. Why do you think Sheena kept serving the fish to her friends and not her husband for dinner? Answer. She kept serving to her friends because whenever she fried the fish, the smell entered the houses of Sheena's friends and they wanted to find out if she was well and happy. So, when they came, she offered them fish first. 5. What would you suggest the wife do in order to avoid this problem and keep her friends and husband both happy? Answer. I would suggest that a wife should keep proper balance between friends and husband and first of all obey her husband's orders. B. Reference to context. Read these lines from the story, then answer the questions. 1. Not fish by any chance. A. Who says these words and to whom? Answer. Sheena's second friend to Sheena. B. Why was the speaker there? Answer. Because she had smelled the tasty fish cooking and wanted it for lunch. C. What happened next? Answer. Sheena and her friends ate up all the fish that was meant for Sheena's husband. 2. What a lovely smell! I am starving. A. Who says these words and to whom? Answer. Mr. Sharpe to his wife Sheena. B. What was the smell? Answer. That of cooked fish. C. What did the speaker eat? Why? Answer. Noodles and boiled vegetables. Because all the fish had been eaten up by Sheena and her friends. C. Words and meaning. 1. Which statements are true? A. The friends came when they smelled the fish. False. B. The fish was cooked for Mr. Sharpe's dinner. True. C. The cat weighed the same as the fish. True. D. Mr. Sharpe liked noodles. False. 2. Use these words in interesting sentences of your own. A. Red. His face became red to see his lost pair of shoes again in the cupboard. B. Purple. The husband got cross and his color turned into purple when he listened his wife had not paid the bill. C. White. She wore her white sandals and got ready for party. D. Exactly. It was exactly the same place where we met before. E. Brought. Who brought you here today? F. Following. On the following day, he rushed to his home early. Thanks for listening. For new videos, don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you like my videos, please share and like.